welcome to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be sharing ways of how I stay motivated to avoid burnout as a college student. I'm a first generation and first year college student at Arizona State University. I just got back from spring break and it has been rough. So we're going to share some tips that I will be using myself to avoid burnout. Before we get started, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below any other tips that you guys have and what's something you struggle with in college. I struggle with keeping up with my work and also relaxing and being able to have time to relax. So comment down below, what do you struggle with, and some tips. I'm going to share my tips. I want to hear some that you guys have. Make sure you hit the post notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video. And in the description box is all my social media platforms, and there's some discount links for you guys for both skincare and Casely, so you can get you a nice phone case. Use those codes, they are there for you to buy, and when you do, make sure you comment that down below so I know what you guys like and what you aren't using. But let's go ahead and share some tips. I am a first year college student. I'm a freshman at ASU. Last semester, so my major is digital marketing. I am thinking of switching my major. I don't know what I'm switching it to yet. I am going to stay in the business school, but I do think I want to switch my major. So I will definitely keep you guys updated when I decide what I'm going to do, but I know I'm switching my major. But last semester, I am just currently in my prereqs for both semesters. Last semester, I had 5 classes. This semester, I have a total of 6. And that includes a science class and a lab. So I'm drowning right now, but it's March. We have 2 weeks left of March. Technically 1. 1 in 2 days. So I'm sticking with it because I'm almost done. I just added on a B session class, which kind of sucks, but I know it will work out for me better in the end because it'll be less I have to take. So I have a lot going on right now. Definitely feeling it because we are hitting up on exam round 2, and I have 2 exams next week and 1 the week after. Then I get to take a little breather until the end of April and we do it all over again. And I'm not really confident in my knowledge of the materials, especially math. I feel like everything was just so rushed, and then my teacher got sick the last day before the last class before the exam. So pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Leave some "you got this, girl" or something in the comments, because I'm feeling it. Like, if you guys are in my situation, you got this. You can do it. We're gonna go through it, and it's gonna feel so good when this is lifted off our shoulders. But for now, we gotta go through with it. So that's a bit of my college journey where I'm at right now. I do stay on campus in a single dorm, so it's nice to have a living room and a bedroom area. So it's nice to have my own spaces. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of my suite mate. Like, I don't like to talk bad about anybody, so I'm not gonna, get into it, but I will never stay. Well, I'm saying this. I pray that if I stay in an apartment, you get your own stuff, it's spacious. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it there. But we're gonna talk about classes, so if you guys want a video on dorm life, I will definitely do that in the summer when I'm not, around other people. These walls are thin. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys why burnout is common, and also why it's important to stay motivated and disciplined so we can avoid burnout, because burnout sucks. Okay, so if you do see me looking, I do have little tips of what I wanted to say, so that's what I'm glancing at, because I want to make sure I'm giving you guys the best tips possible. And this also serves as a reminder for me, because I'm kind of feeling a little burnt out. Coming back from spring break, I've been here for 4 days, and I feel like those 4 days I've just done schoolwork, and literally last night I closed my laptop and was like, I quit. Because I enjoy doing content, and I have, I got my first PR package, and I really want to film a video for it. They asked for 1 video in return, and I had to move it back because there's just so much to do, and I was like, no, I'd much rather be doing content than school. So why am I spending all my time on school? I'm not doing it anymore. We have goals and priorities that have changed, and we're going to make sure we change those. So these are some things that will cause burnout, and I can relate with some of these, academic pressure. You need to do good because you need good. C's get degrees, but sometimes getting that C is hard, or maintaining that C is so hard. So you feel that pressure, and that's what I felt. You're doing all this stuff to get to the grades you want, and you're not getting them. So to me, if you're doing all that work and not getting the grade you need, but when you don't do the work, you get the same grade, meet in the middle. Do some work, but not too much to where you're burning out. Lack of work-life balance. Definitely feel that as well. Even though I'm not working right now, I'm scared that when I do go home and get my summer job, that's all I'm gonna do, because no one pays for anything. I do it on my own. Sometimes I have some help from my father, but those are like little payments, and it's not paying for the life that I'm living right now. So poor time management. I feel like I'm beating myself up right now. Poor time management. You have to make time for things you enjoy, but also make time for things you have to do. But there needs to be a fair balance. I don't even want to say 50-50. To me, 60-40. 40% school, 60% enjoying what you're doing, because that's what makes life worth living, and we only live once. Financial stress. If you're worried about how things are going to get paid, when's money coming, how you're going to spend it, that can cause burnout because you're constantly worrying about it. Social and peer pressure. Everyone's out and you see people living their dream lives, and you're like, okay, well, I want to go too, but you, either financial wise or time management wise or academic wise, you just can't do it. So you feel the pressure to live the life they're living, but you can't. Like, it's just not realistic for you right now. Lack of proper self-care. I will say for me, my skin is going back to looking like it did in high school, and sorry, I just got a random, no, sorry, I got distracted, but I'm not enjoying it at all. Like, my skin was doing so good, and especially, like even my forehead is getting, I can't even say certain areas. It started with my cheeks, then this area, then my nose, and then my forehead. So, heavily gonna get back into finding skincare that works for me. I meet a dermatologist in the summer, but I don't want to look like this for 2 months because I just know it degrades my confidence. So self-care, you have to have proper self-care. You feel burnt out because of your looks, and that's just something we can avoid. You know you're beautiful, but there's obviously insecurities, so that can cause burnout just because you're constantly thinking about that. You want to be presentable, but your face isn't showing that. Unclear goals or motivation. You have to have clear goals. We have to set clear goals. Those goals that we set at the beginning of the year are good for the overall year, but you need to take individual goals for the month so you can make sure you're actually working towards something. At the beginning of each month, I do journal prompts, and they'll be like, hey, what are your goals for this month? And that's where I do mine. And at the end of the month, you reflect on that and see, did you actually work towards them, or did you write them down and just not do anything about it? Those little goals are how you reach those New Year's resolutions. And then stress and health issues. Stress and health issues are just unavoidable. There are ways to improve it, but at the end of the day, it's unavoidable. Like, we're going to be stressed about things, and we can't control our health. What we can control is obviously what we're putting into our bodies, how often we're putting it in, what are we drinking, how much are we drinking a day. Drink your water and mind your business. That's what Erica says on TikTok. You guys probably need to be doing that. And then the stress, there's always going to be something we're stressed about. But when you learn to ease, in that you should only be worrying about things you can control, which are your attitude, how you respond, what you do. We got to stop stressing about things we can't control, like how much our college is going to be. I mean, you can control whether or not you go, but if you decide to go, those costs are going to be there. You control how you pay for them and what you're going to do to pay for them, but don't let the number stress you out so much, because that's where it goes into the financial stress. So those are reasons like why burnout is common. I would say for me, definitely academic pressure, poor time management, and financial stress. Self-care is things that I struggle with for burnout, and I definitely have seen the burnouts that I've had this school year were at least one of those reasons were the reason why I was burnt out. So definitely had to reevaluate and reflect, because I hate feeling burnt out. It's just this feeling you can't get rid of, and you want to do something, but you're so tired. And that's the point that I hit last night. I was just so tired. And I went to bed and I woke up and was like, I'm going to take a slow morning. I woke up earlier than I thought I was. I woke up before my alarm. And I just took a slow morning, got some schoolwork done, but I'm reminding myself that I'm not going to work on it all day. Like, now I'm taking out time to film a video that I've been wanting to film for weeks. You just have to make time for what you actually want to do. And I promise you, even that little stuff is going to make life more bearable. Why is it important to stay motivated and disciplined? So motivation is the part that keeps you going. We all wish we had motivation all the time. Like, it keeps us going, it boosts our productivity, it gives you increased confidence, and it also helps you overcome those setbacks you get. I would love if I was motivated every single day. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You're not gonna be motivated every day. That's what I tell my sister. She's like, how do you get your stuff done? I rely on discipline, because when motivation comes, great. That's when I'm at my 100%. But when I don't have motivation, 50% of that 100 is discipline. Discipline is what keeps you consistent. It builds healthy habits. It reduces stress and procrastination. It leads to long-term success. You are not going to be motivated all the time. And if you want something so bad, you will be disciplined enough to put the actions and steps into it so you could actually do it. And then how do they work together? Motivation gets you started, but it's discipline that keeps you going. Tell me that is not good. Motivation gets you started. When you have a goal, at the beginning of the year, we all have these goals because we're like fresh start. And you have, let's take working out, because that's one of my goals that I've been working towards. So January's here. It's January 1st, and I want to work out. I'm motivated to do it because it's a new year, and if I start off good, I'll keep going. This is the first year I've actually, like, it's March and I'm still working out, like, and I'm actually losing weight. But you have these goals at the beginning, and it's a new start. You want to keep going, so you're going to start working out. About February, January's so long. By the time you get to January, you're not going to want to be consistent. But at that point, when you lack motivation, your discipline has to step in to where you're like, okay, I have to do this if I want to see the results that I want. The successful people who are doing good don't rely on motivation. Now, so I'm not saying all the time you need to be disciplined. No, so there's going to be some days where you generally just don't get out of bed. And I think it's okay to have some days like that. Like, that's the balance in life. But remember, motivation gets you started. But at this point, we need discipline to keep us going. Now we are going to get into the tips. I've broken them up into smaller pieces. So I'm just going to share with you guys what I think is helpful for avoiding burnout. So my first one is setting realistic goals. As we just talked about, New Year's, you're all setting goals. You have to be realistic, and I learned that heavily from 2024. My goals were so unrealistic, and I never worked towards them. This year, I didn't even do, I want 500 followers by the end of the year. Like, I didn't even do that. I was just like, I want to build a better community. I want more likes and views. I want more people who actually want to watch my content and, have good, reasons to watch it. And so I just did little things, like I want to dress more presentable. Now, it's up to me to decide what that is for me, but goals like that, because it's more achievable, like I can do that in a few days and be good. So you need to break your bigger goals, like I said. So take those goals that you created at the beginning of the year and break them into individual months. Pick something you want to work on each month so it doesn't feel like you're doing it all at once. You want to make it more manageable for yourself so you're not so overwhelmed and scared by this huge task. Use a planner. This planner could be a paper one. This could be a digital calendar. Get you an assignment tracker for school, or you can have apps to stay productive. I am a paper and digital person. Last semester for school, I did a paper one, and that worked good for the classes that I had. But this semester, I'm doing just assignment trackers because I have a lot of assignments, and that's what keeps me up. And then I also have a list on my phone of, hey, this is what you're gonna do each day to break it up. That's what works better for me this semester. I definitely think next semester I would do a digital, a assignment tracker, but then instead of doing the list on my phone, because I don't want to be on my devices so much, I would do a paper agenda so I can write down from that assignment tracker, this is what you're going to do each day. And then celebrate every small win. That's how you stay encouraged and motivated. At the end of the day, every day I have to get some schoolwork done. That's just how to make it more manageable. At least one day a week, I don't do schoolwork. That's my reward if I do good during the week. And also, I try to do little treats throughout the week. They're all different. So, I came back Tuesday, Wednesday, my reward was just okay, for doing all this work, I'm going to go to bed, I'm going to read before I go to bed, and I'm going to scroll on TikTok. That's pretty much my reward every single night, because that's what I enjoy. But then yesterday after class, I had I had 3 classes in a day, all hour, 15 minutes long, and it was So at the end of the day, for a snack, because I was going out to dinner late with a friend, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get me a bag of chips from the market here just to have a different snack, because I don't usually do chips in my room. So that was just a little reward. And then today, either today or tomorrow, I'm like, I'm gonna go treat myself to a milkshake from Chick-fil-A. Now, see how my rewards isn't, because I have an unhealthy relationship with food from my childhood that I'm working on. Those rewards don't have to be like a sweet treat every day. It could be, I'm gonna read tonight. I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow. It could be, I'm gonna get a little TikTok break, or I'm gonna go, it could be a big goal. I'm gonna go shopping to reward myself for this week. But you have to figure out what it is for you, because those rewards is what's gonna keep you encouraged, because we deserve to celebrate every small win. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is prioritizing self-care. I do TikTok and I love promoting self-care, because just growing up that word didn't exist in my household. It was very much just never shown. I mean, like, we were taught baths, but never, oh, you can do face masks. We occasionally got our nails done, but not often, and I have a hate-love relationship with nails because I didn't get them done often. Just stuff like taking a good shower, or everything shower. Didn't even know what that was until I was almost out of high school. So for me, definitely sleep. I'm pretty adamant about sleep, especially during the week. The weekends, it's whatever. I sleep late and I get up late, so. But during the week, I'm very adamant. By 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest, I need to be in my bed asleep. Now, that means 9 o'clock, I'm trying to get into bed because I want that reading time, an hour. The reading time, and then some time to scroll on TikTok or to play a game. But sleep-wise, I'm in the bed by 10, asleep by 10:30, because I get up typically, like on my busy days, 7 a.m. And I know that's a lot of sleep, 9 hours, but I'm just that type of person. I don't function good without, even 7 hours or 8 hours is too little sleep for me. I don't function well. My attitude isn't good. I'm moody. So for my sanity and everyone else's, I'm going to go to bed early. Water. Heavily drink water. I'm drinking Stanley's because, I was realizing how little water I'm drinking, and I'm still definitely not there, but I have been improving, which is all that matters. But definitely drink water. It does affect not only your mood, how full you get. With me and food, I'm trying to be more eating smaller portions because I get full. But then also drink water. You won't need as much to eat. And then just the benefits of water, say it helps with skin. Hopefully my skin gets back to where she needs to be, because I'm crying for her. Eating better, as good as you can. You are on a college campus, so you can't always pick the healthiest options. But when you can, it's about balance. Go to Chick-fil-A. I'm getting nuggets and sometimes a fry. But then you don't need to eat that every single night. A couple of nights a week, maybe 2 nights a week, I go to the dining hall, because that's where I'm going to get a lot of vegetables and just, I call it normal home cooked food. Go get you some chicken, a potato, and some broccoli. That's balance. It's definitely better than what you're eating. And then once a week I go to Subway, because I can load up my sandwich with some veggies. And then just make sure you rotate what you're eating too, so you're not feeling so sick. But watch what you put in. You don't want to eat for breakfast Burger King for breakfast, junk food for lunch, and then Chick-fil-A with fries for dinner. That's a lot of not only sodium, but fast food so often just doesn't feel good. So I would say do what you can, but at the end of the day, you're in control of what goes in you. So make it as balanced as you can. You want to work out or move your body. Moving your body can be we're on college campus, you have to walk to your classes. Make sure you're not trying to cheat it. I know some people do scooters. If you're doing that, make sure you're still working out and still walking, just because moving your body feels good. We're at the day and age of now, and I know that sounds so old, but where everything is college, you have to have a laptop to do school. And nowadays, you even need your phone to log in. So we're on our devices a lot, and we're sitting down a lot. And if you don't have good sitting posture, or you're typing like this, that's why you get carpal tunnel, because you're supposed to type like this. But in reality, unless you have something here, how are you? Who types like this? We're typing like this. Who types like this? So you want to make sure you're getting up, moving your body. For me, a couple of days a week, I will do workouts. And then I'm making sure when I'm walking to class, I'm taking my time, and just making sure I'm actually moving my body. And every now and then I'll do some work standing up just so I'm not feeling like I'm sitting so much, because we do practically sit almost all day. And then taking breaks without feeling guilty. I struggle with this. I'm doing a lot better with just like sit down. You can be on your phone. Take a break for yourself. When I used to do work, I would sit down and get it all done. And I felt so burnt out so quickly every single day. Because that's just realistic. It's so unrealistic and it's a lot. So take your breaks. It's okay. Don't feel guilty about your breaks. You know what a good break is for you and what's not. So listen to your body. Take the breaks you need. And have some planned rot days. The weekends heavily for me are lay in bed. We get up when we get up and do what we got to do. Especially Sunday mornings, because I do give my time to God in the mornings. Not even in the mornings whenever I wake up. Sometimes I don't wake up till 11. But Saturday, because I'm trying to get some stuff done so I don't have too much to do on Sunday, I will naturally wake up still. But whenever I get up, I try to be up at least by 12 p.m. On Sundays, I will lay there for a bit. Then I'll get up. Sometimes I eat breakfast. Sometimes I'm fasting. Then I'll start my morning off with a sermon and do my Bible study and journal. And then after that, I can either get some work done or lay back down. But just make sure you're giving yourself breaks so we don't give our body the chance to feel burnt out. So this one out there is for I use the word religious lightly because I didn't want to just say Christian just in case you're not Christian, but for me, it's going to be out there for my Christian girlies. Stay connected to your faith, but also your purpose. So this really could be for anybody. As far as your faith, it's easy to get so caught up with college and, you get to a point where you feel like it's a sin because you're doing all of this. It's not a sin, but you still need to be making time for your faith. For me, that is my Bible study in the morning. I pray before I get on my phone. Then I do my Bible study. Do some devotionals. This is just a way to recharge you spiritually. If you can add some of that in your day, you won't feel so guilty for not giving him the time you need. God's very understanding. He's more understanding than people make him out to seem. They're like, oh, you're doing this, so you're sinning. It's not like that at all. That's why I say I use the word religion lightly, because I just had that experience where everything was, oh, you're not doing this, you're not. Like, that's the church I grew up in, and even though I'm still in the church, my relationship with God is better because I let it get better. And because I'm reading the word and investing in my time with him. So, for me, that means every morning, before I touch anything, I'm up and I'm praying. I may go to the bathroom first, I'll be honest. I'll go to the bathroom, then I'll be on my knees praying. I pray before I go to bed. And in the morning, I sit down and I do a daily verse of the day. I do a prayer and a devotional. And then this isn't part of my faith, but then I also journal just to get my mind thinking. But just something like that. And then on Sundays, I dedicate time to watching a sermon so I can worship God. I'm listening to worship music and Christian music throughout the week. You just have to make time for it. If your faith is something you enjoy, then you want to make time for the things like that. And there's some times where I don't feel like doing it, but it's all a video. It'll say, we didn't want to read our word today, so what did we do? Read our word. You have to do it. And then finding your purpose. You want to find meaning in your education and future goals. Some people can come to college undecided, and I think that's fine. But you don't want to go to college just because you don't know what to do with your life. Because one, it costs too much to just be going in here blind. But two, if college doesn't mean anything to you, you're not going to do it well. Like if you come here and you're just here because, oh, my parents paid for it, or oh, because everyone else is going, you're not going to do well because you have no purpose. Like, I'm here because I know in order to get out of this cycle my family has of not going to college and working at like Walmarts and stuff, I have to do better. And for me, that step of doing better is getting a degree. It's also doing content, so maybe one day I can use this as a source of income, a community to reach out to and talk to. So you need just a purpose. And if your purpose is because you want a better future, that's a good purpose. You just need a reason why you're going here that's going to actually lead you to do better. Avoid overcommitment. Now, this isn't something I struggle with in college, but definitely when I go home and everyone's, oh, can you do this, this, and this? Learn to say no to things that drain your energy. my family has a lot going on, and I understand that, and I'm known as the rich auntie. I like taking my little cousins out and going to do stuff, but the oldest one is 10, and she's always, oh, can we do this? Can you do this? Can you make me this? Can you do this? And my last break, I learned to say no. She drains I love her, but she drains my energy. She's not the most well-behaved child, and she's very emotional, and I'm just like, this isn't my kid. I don't have to carve out this 50 million times a day to do something for you. It's not my job, and I don't have to do it. And I was feeling kind of guilty for not taking one of my younger cousins out, because she's a crybaby, and I don't like taking kids out that aren't mine, and we get out somewhere and they have no home training. But then I realized it's not my job to take them out and to make sure they have home training. Like, it's just not my job. So learn to say no to things that drain your energy. Don't stress yourself thin while balancing life, school, and work. Balance is truly key. You know what your balance is. That's something you have to figure out. But I would just say you don't want to overcommit in every aspect of your life, because you're going to burn out. You're going to get tired, and you're going to feel like you have no time to yourself. And it's okay to take a step back and reevaluate priorities. When something isn't going right, that is the perfect time to step back. What are my priorities? Is this one of them? No, leave it. It's quite literally that simple, and I wish I would start taking my own advice, because yesterday I felt burnt out, and I quite literally took a step back and was like, we need to reprioritize and reevaluate the situations we're in. You want to keep your environment positive. You want to surround yourself with motivating and supporting friends. You just want a good community to build you up. We're built to survive on community. That's how the U.S. culture works. So you need to find your community, and that's easier said than done. But I promise you, once you do, you're going to be so glad that you took the time and found people who are going to motivate you and support each other to reach your goals. You want to listen to uplifting podcasts, music, or motivational videos, just something extra, because you want to keep positivity in your life. Once you do it, you will realize that you're becoming a more positive person. So it's all about the mindset. And you want to keep your space clean and clutter-free. So that's me in my dorm. I'm trying my best to keep it clean. I do like a reset every week, and I'm about to do a deep spring cleaning to just get some, because I'm selling some things, because I had to move out. So I'm going to sell some things to earn me a little bit of money off of it, but I also need to clean those. So I'm going to have that on my TikTok if you guys want to check that out. It's in my description box. But you want to keep your space clean and also clutter-free. I hate clutter. You'll see so many items, and it's going to make you overwhelmed. So keeping it minimalistic, and, if you have a lot, like, I know it's, you may have a lot of beauty things and just like items you collect, but keep it in a confined space. Don't have it spread out everywhere. Don't have your desk full of stuff to where you can't do what you need to do. The next thing, I really like the title of it. It's called Make Time for Passion Projects. I think I'm saying it wrong. I like it, and I'm saying it wrong. Passion Projects is just such a cute name. But for me, passion projects include content creation, because that keeps me inspired, knowing that I want to put my best foot out there, no matter what I'm filming. That keeps me inspired, because I love creating content. So when life gets overwhelming, that's something I will do. I'll be like, oh, let me edit a video so I can get this up, or let me film something. It gets creative, because, you're trying to figure out what to film, how to edit it, how to do it. You pick your outfit out. This is actually a new topic, and I'm really loving it. So I'm glad that I decided to film today. I'm just super excited for it. But you want to have a creative outlet so you don't feel stuck in the academic grind. That can be anything. For me, I also enjoy photography, reading, writing, journaling. So that can really be anything. It could be for you, it could be working out, trying new things, but find something that takes you away from school that you enjoy doing, so that you have something to fill into. And then you want to have hobbies, and find hobbies that bring you joy without feeling pressure. So like, you may enjoy school, but that's a lot of pressure of school. So find something like reading. I enjoy doing it, but there's no pressure to read. Like, if I don't read, I just don't read. So you want to find something like that, to where you do it and you feel good, but if you don't do it, it's not gonna feel pressure, like, oh my gosh, I'm behind, because you're doing it on your free time, like a hobby, something like that. Like, I know we're kind of young, but I know some people like gardening. And that, to me, gardening and content creation is that type of passion where you may feel a little pressure, but you want to make sure you're still enjoying it. Managing stress. I'm not the best person for this. I'm just going to share like 3 little things that I have read that helped. I've just been, like, once again, growing up, mental health didn't exist, even though my family members, they have depression. My sister just found out she has it, and I'm quite sure I have it because we have the same symptoms of just being numb, because we weren't allowed to express how we felt. We weren't allowed to have attitudes besides being happy. And so stress, I remember being younger and having an anxiety attack, and that was the first. We mentioned the word, but we never did anything else about it. I tried to do therapy, but my mom influenced the therapist of what she thought was wrong, and then I didn't want to do it because it was like, okay, well, now I can't talk about what I know is wrong because it's me. I know how I'm feeling, but I probably don't know how I'm feeling because we were never allowed to have any feelings. So I'm going to share something about managing stress. You guys are probably better experts at me, so let's help each other out. But for me, I know listening to your body and watching how you feel in certain situations is a good way. Once again, listen, you know your body better than anyone. If you feel sick to your stomach when you go do some things, sometimes we can avoid the situations, but we can try to improve how we feel about them. You want to adjust your routines and diets to manage stress while staying productive. This is what I'm better at. If I'm feeling rushed in the morning or night, I try to be like, okay, let me slow my pace down so I can actually enjoy my routines, because it sets me off for a better day. And then your diet, if you feel crappy eating some foods, maybe just don't eat it all the time. I know you guys hear that. That's just the people who live on my floor. I can't help it, but maybe you just don't want to eat something that makes you feel like that way all the time. Maybe there's something that makes you feel good. I think my perspective on food is it doesn't always have to taste good. It's more of how it makes your body feel and if your body needs it. And then give yourself grace when you aren't 100%. I am definitely a perfectionist. I was raised that way. My mom grounded me when I got a simple C+ in a class that I was struggling in. So for me, after that just grew up to be a perfectionist. I was held to higher expectations, and so I needed to uphold them because life was easier for me if I did that. Now that I'm in college, I'm 100% C's, get degrees, and I'm giving myself patience. I'm not beating myself up. Negative self-talk when I don't give 100%. Sometimes I just can't do that. I'm also tired, and I'm also human. I'm not this. I think it was like that in my family because I was a super smart one. I was the one who was going to go off to college and be better for my family, and I'm not. I'm being better for myself because I want to do better. But it's okay if I'm not always 100%. I just have to learn to give myself grace so that way I'm not beating myself up. And then my last one that I have for you guys is just staying inspired and adapting. I think this is such a good one to end on. So staying inspired for me is a vision board or journal your progress. So I do have a vision board that sits in the front of my room that I made at the beginning of the year. And I really like just looking at it because it is just, one, it's super pretty, but two, it gives you something to look forward to. Like if there's something, like I have travel on there, and obviously I travel back and forth from school, but that's not fun, from home to school. I'm looking forward to summer because I have some trips that I want to go on, and I think just having things on there to look forward to or goals is just so inspiring because you're like, I want to do that, so I need to put progress in to do it. And then journaling your progress, I journal every morning, but then once a week I will do like a weekly journal where I just like, it's on my laptop and I just type up how this week went, what could have been better, how am I feeling. And it's so crazy to look back on a week where you're feeling so down and like everything is over, and then looking at a week where you're like, oh, this week was really good. It's like an emotional roller coaster. But I love seeing the difference in the weeks, that knowing that it does get better and it's not always going to be good. It gives you a realistic standard. You want to remind yourself the purpose of your goals. Like, why did you start them? And does it have anything to do with your future? So for me, like I do little things let me start that over. So for me, for my goals, I do little like points, and they're like no more than 4 words each. One of them is like just more mature. And when I think about my goals, why did I do that for that one? Because I just hated the way I dressed. I'm only 5 feet tall, so to be that short, and I do get told I look mature in the face, but the way I was just dressing, like, I did not care. I just showed up and whatever. I don't do that anymore. I'm trying to buy more clothes that are, modest and reflect me well, and I just try to also, like, even with my hair and how I present every day, I'm trying to be better. So for me, that's why I put that goal. You can't, if you just write down goals just because, like, oh, I just thought it would be a good one, like, that's not a good reason. You want to know why you did it, because that keeps you motivated and inspired, because you're like, oh, I did this because I want to do this, and it's like a reminder of, hey, this is why I'm doing this. I need to keep going. And you want to be flexible with your routines, so when they don't work, you want to adapt to something else. So being flexible with your routines, if something's not working, change it. But sometimes we can't change. Like, if we have a 9 a.m. class that we're stuck in, you can't change the time of the class. You have to adapt to it. So change your routine so that you're able to adapt for that 9 a.m. class, if that makes sense. So let's say you're just not a good morning person, but you still have a 9 a.m. class. Maybe just, depending on how close, like, if you're on campus, maybe you get up at 8 and you simply just brush your teeth, wash your face, put clothes on, take a slow walk to class. And you can do everything else after, but you have to figure out what works for you. For me, if I have a 9 a.m., I'm up by 7 a.m. because I fully believe that breakfast is the most important meal, and I start my morning off with something for breakfast every day. So you figure out what works for you. You can take tips from other people, but at the end of the day, you're only going to know what works for you. And sometimes you just have to adapt and try new things to see what works for you as well. So those are all my key points that I have for you guys. I really do hope that this helps someone, and that you guys have some suggestions as well. I'm always trying to learn. So if you guys have anything, make sure you comment them down below. I encourage you to find what works for you. We are all learning in life every single day, and everything's going to change. Life is constantly changing. Plans are changing. Routines are changing. Priorities change. So just learn to adapt to what's better for you and change what needs to change. So comment down below how you guys stay motivated. I will definitely be checking them out. I hope you guys continue to subscribe and follow me on my other social medias, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.